What I'm just describing is like a fine way of doing some things. And what's fine is a tuning fork. This not a magnet, but it's a reverberance. And this is what turbulence is when you're flying. It's something where it's not handled with modern technology other than an airplane going through it. You don't know how to devoid this. And this can be really scary and uh, quite frankly, not worth the purchase of a ticket. I saw a video and person said, get this plane on the ground right now in the turbulence, and I'm agreeing with him because everyone was getting thrown out of their seats. It's something like this that catches people flat-footed when turbulence isn't accounted for, and so in a tuning fork can be seen as the same way. Tuning fork can be seen as the same way. Where it's a receiver of the reverberance with whatever hits the tuning fork. Neutrons. These are things that are subjectively neutral, but it says that individually they're each magnetics, and this is because an individual scale of one neutron would align a polarization beam production in one direction of space. It gives off a dipole intrinsically, naturally. And if you don't know what a dipole is, it has to do with magnetics and the center focal point of it. So neutrons, you get them individually separate, and they are making this as easy as what natural. The human psyche can be defined in tolerance, but tolerance can also be seen as what is a physical disalignment. How much can you take of it? When I'm in description of how neutrons are, and they're explaining as dipoles, the buildup of such, can you imagine if that was able to be a calculation that you would check other than blood pressure and heart rate? Add one more thing to the list and you can almost make an exact denotation of anything that would be disproportionate. One of the most humbling things is I saw a homeless guy say that money comes and goes, and that as long as you didn't hurt anyone, that's what's important. Yo, I gotta make this super clear because it's abstract. The NFL showing slideshows of still frame shots. And these still frame shots are in black and white and showing oppression. And then it shows white males pointing fingers and acting angry for 30 minutes, 30 seconds straight. So all this feeling, and then, I hate to say it, but it's true, these sports athletes being portrayed as Hollywood, the actors, superstars, so they get the biggest say. And when we're talking, so just fleshing out whatever I said, the smallest amount of batteries, because USB ports to charge this camera are not prevalent. Having glands that are strong, meaning from just hard work and dedication, would be better than the makeup that people put on that cost hundreds of dollars just because it's some liquid-based coloration, which your skin tones are when you add it. So I make a mean coffee, and that's just because I gussy up the cup a bit and the way that it's poured. First, you smash a whole bunch of it inside a few filters so it gets a deep impact. And how you do this is you put it on like the ground with cement, if you have a cement ground, and you put little cloths over it like place table mats. You stack them and then you smash. I use a Himalayan salt lamp because it's made of rock on it. And then I twist it and have the crease in the hot dog hamburger. When you smash it, just keep rotating it twice, and then you just smash the bottom of it on top of the Himalayan salt lamp. And so that's twice, and then you pour that out, into the drip filter. And so when you fill that up, it's gonna like leak with water out. Don't use tap water, it's too thick with crud in it. And so then around the rim it's gonna drip and then coat up the rim because it has a whole bunch of like remnants left. And you always want this cup of the drip to be full with hot water so it's extracting as much oil that you've just crushed out of the grounded beans. But if you let it sit and drip out, it's gonna cake up around the edges, so pour hot water on the edges, and then ever so slightly, once you're done filling it up once or 1.5 times with water, you cup over the rims of the filter it into heat lock in all the liquid that is still getting dripped down through. So ostensibly cupping it over means just taking the rims of the filter and dropping them over the top of the middle of the filter, making essentially a tea bag. And that's a proper way of doing it.